John, I want to come to you, knowing that you have a different viewpoint than maybe the other folks here on the call, because you are living and breathing, I would say, more on the client side as opposed to the vendor side. So I want to ask you how you and your team kind of determine when is it the right time to hire, retain, and have people managing your implementations and kind of data goals internally, and when do you look to the vendors like Dave and the like to come in and help support your organization and those initiatives?
Yeah, great question, Emma. I think, before you can answer that specifically, there's a few questions about the maturity of your operation or business that we need to identify first. One being, have we internally identified the key strategic initiatives that our business needs to focus on? And from a vendor lens, I will add, what is my understanding of these initiatives and how might I contribute to the success of this organization? That's something that I, as a vendor, I think absolutely need to know. The second question is, how are we going to deliver business outcomes relative to these initiatives? And what I mean by that is, what is our current understanding of the resources we have available to deliver on these initiatives? Do we have the right talent internally? Do we have enough of the right talent? Or my personal favorite, does the technology exist at all within our organization? Without the right talent or the technology, we would certainly be seeking external partnerships to really help accelerate business outcomes and to potentially create a competitive advantage. I will say some of the reasons in which we are looking for external partnerships is really to drive innovation or to provide us with strategic insights relative to those larger strategic initiatives that I just talked about. So I'll give you a very specific example. At Syracuse right now, we have a Forever Orange campaign, which is a $1.5 billion campaign with a goal of 125,000 donors over the course of 7 or 8 years. We are now at a point where we are trying to figure out where those donors are going to come from and seeking external partnerships that might be able to help us identify those insights, those channels is really important to us. So there are also a number of other factors. I will say the priority or timing of the ask is a big one. Certainly over the pandemic, a lot of teams have lost some resources, so you might seek external partnerships just because of that. Or there might be an additional skill set that you just don't possess on your team and need to outsource that to execute the project.